Hey friends and welcome. It's Heather Carden coming to you live from Ask Dr. Heather and thought I'd just do my quick little check-in here. We have 2 days left of our clean eating. So we had leftovers. I made a bunch of shredded chicken yesterday for our chicken tacos. So we just had leftovers. We had some leftover spinach salad as well. So my son Christian just got home from work and he took a bunch of leftovers with some eggs and made a big omelet. So just checking in with what you're having. But I want to ask you guys, hey Mike, thanks for joining us. Hope you're having good weather up north, but just want to know, how many of you guys made New Year's resolutions and how long did they last? I know what the averages say, that they only last like a few days. I also want to talk about Lent because it's Easter. It's that time of year. Like, how many people made Lenten promises? How many people gave up something for Lent? Because I've been talking with a bunch of my friends, like, usually at Lent I give up popcorn, I give up like driving through for like a drink, I usually give up like alcohol, or I give up like something. But it's either been really hard or it's been really easy. It's either been really hard because the kids have been home and the kids have been like, I spy, my mommy gave up something. And so there's really no cheating going on, or the stress of having the kids home for the extended spring break and now having to homeschool or now having to work from home and wear another hat, which is a homeschool hat and the work hat from home, or not having any work at all is also super stressful and putting a financial stress on. They just kind of let that go out the window. My thing is I just want to talk about food for a minute because I always talk about food. I want to talk about food and sleep. Those are those two things that you can control yourself. We can't control which way saliva blows. We can't control which way the pollen blows if you're having allergy issues, but you can control what you put in here. We can make that decision. There's a little thing I teach when I teach a lot of my wellness classes. It's HALT, H-A-L-T, HALT. Before you eat something, are you hangry? Are you hungry, angry, lonely, or tired? Like, why are you eating that? Because I hear this all the time. People are like, before spring break, I wanted to be X amount of size. I wanted to lose this weight before New Year's. And why am I talking about weight? Because summer's around the corner. And I'm hearing this all the time. I'm having people, because right now in the state of Kansas, we are still considered frontline care at our clinic. However, if it's a wellness care, it's a weigh-in care, it's a fat loss patient, weight loss patient, that's really not considered crisis care. But I'm still checking on people, doing virtual stuff, asking people to weigh in. Like, you know what, if I'm not going to go see Dr. Heather, I probably don't need to get on the scale. I don't need to check in. However, we still want to be accountable because the scale doesn't tell the whole truth. Because if we let the scale start creeping up, we let the food start creeping back in, then we know what happens. The blood sugar starts creeping back up, our inflammation starts creeping back up, our sleep start creeping off, our hormones get out of balance. So whatever the reason, whether it was a New Year's resolution, whether it was like a Lenten promise that you made, maybe you just joined the 40-day eating clean because you wanted some type of thing to keep you accountable, then let's start that. If we need to do a redo-over, do a redo-over. People do redo-overs all the time. I'll say it slower because you know what I say here at Ask Dr. Heather, every beginner is a winner. All you have to do is just start. Just try. Maybe you haven't done any of the last 30 some days, then join in the last 48 hours and say, you know what? I'm going to be super good the next 48 hours. I'm going to eat good today, which is almost over. I'm going to eat really good tomorrow, and then I'm going to eat really good on Saturday. We know from Saturday to Sunday, we're going to do a 24-hour fast. So we're going to do lunch to lunch, brunch to brunch from Saturday to Sunday, which should be really pretty easy, especially if you're participating in Easter or if you got a bunch of yard work going on. You can have a nice big grill brunch on Saturday, then again do some yard work, have some great family time, maybe do some home improvement projects. And then Sunday, have a nice big dinner. It'll be super easy to do that. Especially if you are a good water drinker, you can keep the water coming in. Maybe you do have family at home not coming in, because I think we are still on quarantine here in Kansas. I don't know where you are, Mike, if you guys are in quarantine up in Canada, but I know many places are still under quarantine. Some are getting lifted, but just know that it's you who get to make that decision. I hear often, all the times, well, I went to my Aunt Sally's and I had to eat it because she made the potato salad for me. No one has to eat anything they don't want to eat. And there's some tips I'm going to give you right now. So if you're somewhere at a holiday, and I know a lot of people are not traveling as they usually would be. However, somebody says, oh my gosh, I made this for you. This is my phone case. This is the most fabulous pie. I made it for you. You can say, I really appreciate that. However, I need to pick my health. I love that you made that for me. Let me just take a small bite, but I'm really working on my health this year. I want to stay true to my health goals. I want to be the best version of myself. And people generally don't get offended, but there are some people I know who food shame and food blame, and you know who they are in your family. But I just wanted to give you just a few minutes of empowering you to say it's okay to say no to food. There are people who are food pushers. My kids might tell you, I'm a food pusher. I'm a vegetable pusher for sure. I want my kids to eat vegetables first. I want them to try new meals first, that's for sure. But there's a good food pusher which says, I'm going to say that's me, try the vegetables, just have a taste of it. Try the fish, just have a taste of it. Or there's people who actually want you to eat all the sweets, have the cookies, have the pie. I'm having ice cream. I want you to eat ice cream with me because they don't want to eat the sugary stuff alone. That's the same person who doesn't want to smoke alone, doesn't want to have alcohol alone, doesn't want to eat the whole pizza alone. You know who that is. So we start talking about friendships and food sabotagers. Hopefully having a little bit of social quarantine or some distance quarantine. Some people have really been sharing with me. They've really found some relationships they've had with foods and with people that they've actually said, you know what, I haven't drank in a really long time because I haven't had a reason to because I'm not hanging around these people anymore. Or they're finding they're actually drinking a lot more at home because stress is up, because kiddos are home, they're not going to work. So you kind of have to find that place. So maybe take a look at what's happened in your life the last couple of weeks and say, you know what, I'm not hanging out the vending machine at work, the donuts aren't coming to work, the bagels aren't coming to work, I'm not driving to work and going through and getting my cappuccino, frappuccino thing anymore, and I'm doing a lot better with my lifestyle. I'm not coming home stressed and coming through the traffic, and I'm not landing at home all super stressed what to have for dinner because now I'm at home and I'm saving that traffic time. Or you're the other person whose stress is really high because you are at home, you don't know what to do with the kids and the dog and the job and trying to balance it all. So whatever that may be, I'm going to tell you, just set a plan. Run your perfect day. So when everyone's in bed tonight, write it down, visualize it. I have 2 or 3 dry erase boards. My oldest son that's at home. Now my oldest son that is at home asked me for a dry erase board. He's like, I just want to write down what I want my day to look like. I want it like 9 by 12 feet, not inches, 9 by 12 across my whole wall. I want a dry erase board. And I think that's a great idea. And I teach patients all the time. Run your perfect day, Monday through Friday. Wake up, drink my water. What time of day are you going to commit to working out? What time of day? Again, because remember the appetite may switch depending on what time you want to eat, because we only eat when we're hungry. We don't eat just because it's a time frame like it's noon, so we eat. We eat when we're hungry, but you want to have a food prep time. You want to have a food prep day, or maybe you're having groceries delivered to your home, so you want to make sure you block off a time where you shop online. A lot of our grocery stores here do that, where you can actually shop online, drive through and pick it up, and you could do that even before the quarantines were in place. Or maybe you shop on Amazon or Thrive or Sprout, some of the other ones. But just run that perfect day, set those time blocks in there, and you're going to find that you have a lot of time. Make sure you put your gratitude, attitude, or meditation time in your perfect day. Make sure you put some exercise in that perfect day. And when you write it down and you commit to it, it happens. Just like a teacher runs a classroom, you want to run your perfect day like that. Because if you don't, what happens at the end of the day is at 10 o'clock, you're still doing dishes and you're still doing laundry and you're still trying to balance your checkbook. Where if you write that out, you don't get all frazzled and things don't get behind. I know we're all in a little bit of a shift right now, and we don't know when that shift's going to end, but it will end pretty quickly. Just when we're getting in a routine of things, it's going to shift back. But I do want to say hi to Pat and John and Joseph and Mike. Thanks for joining me here. But I just want to pop on because I'm hearing a lot of things from our patients. I know stress is a funny word because we talked the other day about stress can be really good for your body. Exercise is stress. Stress helps us pull an all-nighter. Stress helps us wake up all night and feed a newborn baby. Stress helps us do a lot of things, but also can be detrimental when it's too much too long. However, we need to be adaptable, and you need to be adaptable with happiness and be adaptable with positivity and think, oh my gosh, I heard someone on the news saying, on the radio show saying, I got to ride my bike more with my daughters than I've ever gotten to ride my bike with my older daughter before because I'm home, and now I'm kind of forced to ride my bike because she's bugging me, but I'm still getting those things done. So look at the positivity in your day, but do run your perfect day. Get a piece of paper out. Do it tonight. That's a little quick homework you can do. You maybe do it with your spouse or do it with your partner. Maybe have them do it separately, so you and your partner or spouse do it separately, and then maybe do it together and see what that looks like, because I guarantee when you write down or run your perfect day, you're not going to have to make those New Year's resolutions. You're not going to have to make those big commitments like a Lenten commitment or a Lenten promise, because you're going to have so many things in place that when you do come time to making a small New Year's resolution, or when you want to make a Lenten promise, or you want to do more gratitude time, or say, you know what, I actually want to go and work at the mission every single week, and you're going to be able to make that happen and commit to that for 40 days or whatever the time frame is, because you already have that, you already know how to run your perfect day. You already have that schedule set because you already know how to do that. Hopefully that makes sense to y'all. Everybody's being kind of quiet here. There's not a lot of questions going on. Usually there's questions kind of typing on here. So you guys are a quiet group tonight. I thought I'd pop on a little bit later. My husband's out walking the dog tonight. Last night I went for a walk about this time and thought, gosh, it's too late to pop on, because usually 10 o'clock is my done being off my social media. But I do just want to say congrats to everybody who's participated on the clean eating, to whatever level you participate in. Big high five, congrats to you. I am excited. Even if you've not participated one day, we are going to do an OMED, one meal a day. We're going to go Saturday to Sunday. We're going to have, again, breakfast on Saturday or a brunch on Saturday, whatever that looks like. Maybe you're going to get your last meal at 2 or 3 on Saturday, and then Sunday we're going to have our nice big brunch lunch on Sunday. So that's going to be around at 2 or 3 o'clock again. So somewhere around that time frame, we're going to have that big, nice big lunch or brunch. It's still going to be clean and healthy. We're having Brussels sprouts. We're having Cornish hens. I think we're having some yams for the boys. They like sweet potatoes. We're still in the midst of getting that menu plan. So I'd love to know what you all are having. If you are celebrating Easter, or maybe just a nice big barbecue for this time of year. I know not everyone celebrates Easter, but I do want to know who plans on doing your perfect day, running your perfect day. Give me a high 5, a high 10. If you're watching on replay, let me know, because I can guarantee, and I'll put an attachment down here below, when you start doing that, you're going to find amazing things happen. It opens up a lot more space in your day, a lot more time in your day. And then when you sit down and put those intentions, you're not going to be running at the end of the day or running late in the morning, and you're going to get a lot of stuff done. Oftentimes people say, I have this whole big to-do list, and then you only get half of that done because it was unreasonable how much stuff you tried to cram into the day. But again, when you plan that day, your workout time, your meditation time, your self-care time, your those times, what you're going to do, your volunteer time, you're going to run that day every day. And so then when you're asked to do something or step up, it's going to be pretty easy to kind of fidget that in or wiggle that into your day. So, hey, Larry, thanks for joining me. Jason, thanks for joining. I just want to say happy Thursday to everyone. Hope you've had a fabulous week and enjoyed the beautiful sunshine here in Kansas. Again, this is Dr. Heather from Ask Dr. Heather saying have an amazing day, and I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. It's going to be day 39, so we're almost done with our 40-day clean eating, and we'll be chatting a little bit more. We got a couple things we're going to talk about. I'm not going to tell you what those are. I'll keep them a secret until we talk tomorrow, but a little heads up on it. We're going to talk a little bit more about how you can get into ketosis on a non-keto diet using some different types of foods. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.